Broadcasting to the world. It's the CK Mornings In Case You Missed It podcast with Chris, Allanah, and Matt. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. From our mouths to your ears, here's what you missed.
This is pure evil. A new scam that is out there. There's scammers in Washington State, and this just popped up the other day, are preying on owners whose pets have gone missing.
Oh, no.
So when you post online, hey, my darling Spot or Toonsis or whatever your dog or cat's name is, they will then call the number, or on a flyer or something they see it, they call the number, and they pretend they're from a shelter. And they say, we need money right away because your animal was found, but it was badly injured.
Oh,
and people are being caught. Here's one of the guys that got sucked into this.
They had done some research on me before they called. You know, they knew my name, they knew my cat's name. He has been injured. He was hit by a car. He needs surgery. Do you want to go ahead with that surgery? And then they asked if I could Venmo them $2,800.
We would never ask somebody over the phone to make a payment. We're going to get that pet to a veterinarian and get it care and treatment, and then we'll work out how to get the pet back to the owner after that.
The back of my head is screaming, this is a scam, this is a scam. Your baby, your fur child is missing. I would do anything to get my baby boy back.
Pure evil.
That is evil.
That's evil.
Because I get so sad when I see flyers of like a missing pet. How could you take advantage of that?
Well, you put on there, hey, if you see this dog answers to the name Rufus or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, you're so desperate. You do put a lot of information.
Yeah.
Like the dog is skittish, might not come at first. Call this now. You put your phone number.
Ring, ring. Hello, Allanah. I've got Rufus. I found it in the blah, blah, blah area. He was skittish. I got hit by a car, but we need to do an operation right away. Send some money. Next thing you know, you're sending money. And
Yeah.
I'll be there in a minute. I'll send some money. And there's no Rufus.
These scams, I tell you.
What is the process like to set up a scam? Like, these guys are way too smart for their own good.
That's what bothers me. It's like,
Do you think they're
something
sitting
good
around smoking up? Like, are these guys all high and they're like, you know what we should do? Got an idea. Or is it like a boardroom table?
No, I think it's a bunch of like losers who kind of get together and they're like, oh, let's call this number.
Wait, they're crushing beers and they're like, hey, we can scam these guys? I don't know. I kind of think it's a bigger operation than that.
You think it's like a ring?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
like, these guys are way too smart. Like, I feel like there's boardroom tables and there's like, ba-doop, ba-doop, boop, ba-doop, ba-doop, boop. We've got a Rufus. You know what we should do? We should call this number. Like, they
like some of them go out and scour for the flyers, and then they bring them back to the boardroom.
Well, like even other scams, like, hey, let's do a senior scam, or let's do I saw one the other day where it was like, hi, Grandpa, or it was some old guy answers the phone and they convince him that he's, his credit card's been compromised. And they say, what you're going to do here is cut it up into pieces, put it in an envelope, leave it on your porch. We will retrieve it and send you your new credit card. Grandpa does that. They put the card back together, and then off they go shopping.
See, it sounds so exhausting what you just said.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking it's like a higher operation. Like, I feel like it's a bunch of wizards sitting around, like, smarter than you would think. They're not the dope-smoking bozos. And nothing against. You know what I mean? They're not just sitting around crushing beers and being like, hey, got an idea, what we should do.
No, there's definitely a level of smart to, like, pull that off and be convincing enough, and just the effort. That's the thing that gets me, is, like, the effort. Like, I'm really bad with, when I throw stuff out, I never shred, like, my mail or anything like that. I just put it in there.
Oh.
I'm like, someone could. But I'm like, the fact that people go through mail that's shredded and, like, piece it together, I'm like, that's so tiring.
And we got a society where there's people that don't want to work because they're lazy.
But then you're doing more work with these
scammers.
I'm like, just work a 9 to 5.
We need to get you better jobs. We need to get you into the workforce, not scamming.
You're working harder than most people I work with.
Is that a fact? Well, the facts are the facts.
You droned on with useless facts.
Oh, Friday, baby, means Friday Fun Facts. We drop some knowledge on you, man. We are going to be smarter than that. Missed us out today.
He's going to have a lot to come back to.
Oh, that's going to stink.
Might not recognize us.
Yeah, brains are going to be so huge. All right, some facts for you today on Friday Fun Facts. Here's your first one. Carrots are actually bad for rabbits and can cause health problems. But, and they blame Bugs Bunny, pretty much everyone thinks rabbits love carrots. It's kind of like fast food. It's okay as a treat, but it's not good if it's part of your regular diet.
Okay, this is a fact. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's same with they say you're not supposed to give birds bread.
They're ducks bread. Yeah,
It's
You're
no
not
good,
supposed
but
to.
that's what everyone does.
Yeah.
It's a stereotype.
Yeah, something to think about. Here's a Friday fun fact. Blue is the most popular color worldwide, followed by, any guess? Second most popular color worldwide?
Red.
Green. Yeah, you failed. Here's a Friday fun fact. There are only 2 common words in the English language that end in GRY.
GRY?
Yeah.
Angry?
Yep.
Hungry.
There you go.
Oh.
And you can combine the two. There's hangry. So that's technically a third. Friday fun fact. It's illegal to own 1 guinea pig in Switzerland. Guinea pigs get too lonely if they're alone. So the law requires you to own at least 2.
Oh, I like that for the guinea pigs.
That was pushed across by the guinea pigs.
Like, I need a mate here.
I can't be alone. Let's stick with some Switzerland facts. According to the law in Switzerland, you're not allowed to force domestic poultry to wear glasses or contact lenses.
They hate glasses and contact lenses.
They had to make a law because somebody forced their chicken to wear glasses. And somebody saw that and they're like, we can't have this.
We can't. So many specific animal laws.
Like, chickens don't even have ears. How would the glasses stay up?
No, it wouldn't work.
Yeah, they just keep
That's why
sliding
people
down.
tried contacts. And they were like, no, they're not this either.
That's what pushed them over the edge. Like, oh yeah, but nothing. Just let the chickens not be able to see. Friday fun fact. Shell Oil Company got the name Shell because when they started way back in 1833, it was a store that sold imported seashells. It didn't get into the oil business for another 50 years.
That's quite the turnaround.
What a surprise they kept the seashell business open for 50 years, though. That they could keep that going. Like, was there that much money in seashells? And then it finally pushed them over the edge. Like, you know what we could do? We could do gas.
Yeah.
Pump the gas. We change the rate every day. We'd make money. Friday fun fact. Will Smith's first name is short for Willard. Not William. But on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, his character's first full name was William for some reason. His real name is Willard. Willard Smith. Friday fun fact. Google was originally called Backrub when they came up with the idea in 1996. Founders changed the name to Google about a year later. Google's a verb now. Google
a
that.
thing. Backrub doesn't have the same ring to it.
Oh, backrub this. This is probably for the best. Friday fun fact. Nintendo named Mario after the landlord of their first warehouse, Mario Segal. And it was a way to get an extension on paying rent.
Oh, I
They
like
were so
that.
behind. Yeah, hey, Mario. We're going to call the guy Mario. Oh, okay. And they're like, thank you. Another month. Couple more Friday fun facts. A shape with 1,000 sides is called a chilagon. 1,000th, what a shape that is. A chilagon. And then your final Friday fun fact, here's one. The moment when a sperm fertilizes an egg, there's actually a little spark and explosion.
Oh.
Oh. And if you listen closely, you can hear it. Not right now, but like maybe sometime on the weekend if you're lucky.
I did something last night I've been wanting to do for months. We talked earlier this week about how we're hooked into the Are We Dating the Same Guy Facebook page.
Oh, yeah.
There's another Facebook page I've been lurking. It's called the Find Your Doppelgänger / Twin Stranger Facebook page. It's got over 100,000 members. People post their pictures and then reply with what celebrities you look like. Or if there's like a stranger in their life that you look like them, they'll post them too, and people go nuts over it. I love seeing people post
What's
and
it
like
called
their
again?
replies. Find Your Doppelgänger / Twin Stranger.
Never seen this. Okay.
It's like a huge thing. It's a private group. So I finally posted in it. I don't ever post in Facebook groups, but curiosity got the best of me. I wanted to know, so I posted in it. And first thing I did was check that none of my friends were in it because I didn't want to see them, see me posting in it. So I posted 4 photos of myself to 100,000 strangers. And I don't know why I did this because I hate when people tell me I look like someone because it's never who you look like. So I did it, and I was like, okay, I did it at night last night. I'm like, I'm going to wake up and see the replies because I'm so curious.
Now, are people honest, or are they do they dog you?
People are pretty honest. Well, some people will post, and they'll post their photo, and they'll say, please be kind. Please be kind.
Do they post a picture of you look like Harambe or something? And
no,
like
people are pretty nice.
Okay.
Because I've seen some people, and I'm like, oh, this could go sideways. But people are pretty nice, and I think they give a fair assessment of who it is. Some people, it's like you obviously know who you look like. You're trying to look like them. so people will say that, whatever. But so I got my replies. Overwhelmingly, you know who people said I look like?
Who?
Janice from Friends.
Friends, okay.
And I know it's designed to be an act that she's
Janet.
annoying, but I'm like, oh, I knew I shouldn't have asked.
He's got the voice. Yeah, that one.
That's what I got, like, overwhelmingly. And it's so funny because I feel like people see you so different than you see yourself. You know what I mean? That was like the overwhelming one I got. I'm like,
I see it.
I shouldn't have asked. So now I'm like, I feel like I'm Janice from Friends.
You are.
But
Wow,
I feel like even the
can't.
personality kind of matches.
Yeah.
All right, Janice, that's it. Janice. Hey, Janice.
By the way, Chandler.
That's
I
you.
cut
Is
you
that
out
me?
of all my pictures, so if you want, I have a bag with just your heads.
I can't unsee it now.
Now you can't unsee it. I'm like, I wasn't expecting that. And you know how it is. Everyone in their own mind is a little bit, I'm like, oh, I wonder if people will say like Angelina Jolie or something like that. And there was like 7 comments saying whatever the actress's name is, Maggie Wheeler, I believe it is, Janice from Friends. And they were posting like GIFs and stuff like that.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
like, oh,
Yeah.
man. So
can't.
that's my doppelganger. I asked and I received.
You love me, Chandler Bing.
The laugh too.
Yeah, I think your voice can get like that sometimes too.
So now I know.
Okay.
The people have spoken.
I can't even argue with it.
I know.
I think it's bang on. And you dress alike too.
Oh, I know. She's got a very particular fashion sense.
This was the story of the week, but I don't know if it was the story. It's one of the top 3. Was the astronauts coming back?
Oh,
right?
yeah. I'd say that's in the top 3.
Yeah, it's up there. So Butch and Sunny, they've been back for a couple days now. They returned from the International Space Station on a trip that lasted 286 days in space. It was supposed to be 1 week. They got to the space station, and then there were some problems. They're like, yeah, you're going to have to stick around for a little bit. 286 days, almost a year.
Yeah, stranded.
Stranded up there. So there's been a lot of questions online. How are they doing? They're getting back to it. They have to. There's a lot of things. You don't just come back from space and be like, peace out, I'm off to Chick-fil-A.
No, in my mind, I think it is like that, but realistically, no.
One of the questions being kicked around online is like, what do they get paid? Like, are they getting paid for overtime? Because they were supposed to be back after a week. 286 days later, they return.
And when I watched the live stream, it talked about how it was like 900 hours total of research to science and this and that that they committed.
So they had to keep working. It would be like us if 10 o'clock rolls around, the show's done, and then they're like, yeah, we're going to need you to stick around.
Yeah, because they were still working up there pretty hardy.
286 days later, still listening to Allanah and I ramble on about whatever. So people were asking, like, what do they get paid? Like, what did they walk away with? And you want to know what they got paid?
What?
Very little. Very little. It worked out to about $5 a day.
Oh.
So each of them walked away with just over $1,400. Now, mind you, okay, the way this breaks down, astronaut salaries were over. What do you think they make a year? What do you think an astronaut makes?
That's so niche. Oh my goodness. I'm going to say
Just ballpark it.
$100,000.
Higher than that.
$500,000.
That's lower than that. $152,000 is what they make last year. It's what the astronauts make. That's what, as an astronaut, you make. And you're right. It's very niche. Transportation, lodging, meals are provided. So when they're traveling, they get a little incidental expense for travel to any location, and that's $5 per day. So as they return, they're on salary. So they apparently made like $1,400 and continue to make their salary. Because I guess...
Well, that's the thing with salary.
They're still
right?
working,
Yeah.
which is like they would be working. They're just working at a different location. Mind you, the location is space. It's not like you're like, you're stuck in Wingham for a week. No, you're stuck in the International Space Station.
Well, I don't know how it works with scientists. When you're not technically in space, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Would they be working anyways, but just at the
research and science and
Florida thing, like space station in Florida or whatever they got on ground?
Yeah, that's what they would have been doing. So they would have still been doing like research and stuff, but just now they're doing it at the space station.
But you got to be like these. That's the one thing I noticed when they came back. They looked just so happy that they did it. Like they're so dedicated to space. You know what I mean? It wasn't a burden to them almost, I feel like. Like,
What do you
I can
think if
speak
we
for
got
them,
out of the
but-
studio after 286 days? Do you think we'd be like dedicated to radio and the entertainment?
No, I think we'd hate it and
Oh.
we'd never listen or talk again. That's why I'm like, it's remarkable that you can love space that much that you aren't even angry when you get off that spaceship.
niche.
You look like you accomplished something.
Well, who else can say you were in space? That's
They're truly, you know, how some people with their jobs, like they're truly like dedicated. Like they know they're making a difference and they love it.
some people get a $1,400 check too, and they're like, "Whoa!" Maybe they were like excited that they got that overtime. And Butch and Sonny's partners were like, "Hey, that's your fun money. When you get back, you can go buy that smoker you've always wanted." And Butch is like, "Yeah, I can't wait to get back to Earth. Got $1,400 waiting for me, and a new Traeger smoker. Woo!"
Yeah.
And Sonny's like, "Well, I've always wanted this pair of shoes," or whatever she was dreaming
treat
of.
herself to some fancy shoes.
Getting her hair done. She's like, "I have $1,400 burning a hole in my pocket."
Yeah, maybe.
I just expected them to get a whole lot more, like overtime, like time and a half. And then after 2 weeks, it's like double time, and they're like, "Whew, we are killing it." No, they made $5 a day. I never told you about how rattled I got. A little purchase anxiety on Tuesday. So we have our meeting Tuesday. Tuesday's meeting day around here. Worst day of the week. And I got sidetracked because I had an alarm go off in the middle of the meeting because I had to go online. Remember this?
Oh, I remember it. Yep.
I was going online to buy some tickets for a concert this summer. And it's like the whole fam's going. So I was put in charge of getting tickets.
That's pressure.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, okay, no problem. I can do that. Done this before. Well, I was hoping to be in front of my laptop to do it, but I was on my phone. And yes, I could do it on my phone. Holy bananas, I got into that Ticketmaster queue line.
Oh, the line you have to wait in. Yeah.
So I was like 986, 502, 201, and then it starts counting. Like, it's just chunking people off. I'm like, oh, I gotta be ready. So I was driving. I wasn't looking at my phone, but I had logged in and I was headed out. I was going to the gym. I thought, oh, it's no big deal. I can get to the gym and do this. Well, next thing I know, I look down at a stop sign and I'm at like third person in line. So I found a parking lot. I rip in there and I'm like, oh, I can't lose this. The kids, everybody's put it on me to get the tickets.
The weight of the world's on your shoulders in that moment.
Boom, I'm up. I'm like, okay, I'm now pulled over. I'm in a parking lot and I am ready to go. I find the section I want. Of course, you're on your phone. You're trying to zoom in. And like, there's the tickets I want.
You have to click the little tiny dot of the seat.
Well, man, I bought 3 tickets. No, I get to the checkout. I need 4 tickets. I have to go back. And I'm thinking, and now the stress is on of like, am I going to lose these tickets?
And they have that like clock
Yes.
that ticks down. So you have like 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes.
It's like, hurry up. Tickets are moving fast. And it's like a game show you're on. I could not get to these tickets fast enough. And when I finally got to it, I bought the wrong amount. The second time, I got 5 tickets. Now, mind you, I didn't get to the whole cash out process, but when I got to the checkout, I'm like, I don't need that many. And then at 5, I'm like, well, maybe I'll sell one. I'm like, no, I'm not dealing with that. So I go back and the time's ticking down. I finally get the 4 tickets I need. Put it on the credit card. Guess what? Can't find the credit card.
Oh,
so now
mistake.
Yeah, so it's in my pocket. I'm like, but it's saved on my phone. I should have access to it. I need that little 3-digit
security code.
Code. So I'm like, oh, it's 111. No, it's not. I'm like, oh, what is it? Now I got to find the card. It falls down between the seat. The whole fiasco. I finally bought the tickets with 4 seconds left.
Ooh,
I
made it.
was beyond stressed. I wouldn't even want to go to the gym. It's like, I can't do this now. I need a rest. That whole Ticketmaster checkout process. Is it really counting? Are they going to kick me? Like, I don't.
Yeah, I think you got to start over.
Oh, it was too much.
Buying tickets is one of the most anxiety-inducing purchasing experiences you can have.
Yeah, it was, and it was on me to basically take care of the family entertainment for the week.
Yeah,
and I was like,
worse.
I don't want that pressure. And then I so excitedly send the group text, got him. 0 replies from the fam. It took like half an hour. I'm like, hello? You know what I just been through? When I was younger, like we didn't have internet. So we didn't do that. You had to go on the Ticketmaster phone or like to a Ticketmaster location.
Yeah, I remember me and my mom, we bought ticket. We were going to see Backstreet Boys.
Oh.
We had to line up 10 a.m. the tickets go on sale, so you gotta be there at like 8 a.m. First come, first serve.
And you're not
line
the
up
first
in
one
the
there, yeah.
kiosk
Yep.
at downtown Windsor at the Chrysler Theater, and you get there and there's people who've been waiting all night, and you line up, and it's first come, first serve, and that's it. You go in, you buy your ticket, done. Now I don't know what the system is.
That was
it's
on-site
ruined the
anxiety,
experience.
yeah.
It was on site, but at least you know if you're in a good space, you're like, okay.
I did not enjoy that experience.
No,
I
I
also don't
you.
enjoy it sitting on my credit card and waiting for the family to give me some money here. It's not happening yet. But that whole countdown, it was a game show.
They really do put the pressure on you. Like, you better get these tickets. You better get that security code, or you're gonna lose these tickets. Everyone's gonna be mad at you.
And so this is my public service announcement to those that are looking at booking a concert or tickets for something. Be ready, because this is the season when they announce all the shows, right? Like coming in August, whatever. And if you want to get something, put an alarm in your phone. Get there 5 minutes early.
You gotta prep. Have that credit card ready. Have that security code ready.
And deep breaths. Do some yoga beforehand, because it's gonna come at you hard.
And I find it's always the worst time. They always go on sale 10 a.m. Like right in this middle of your day. You got to rearrange your day. It's always on a weekday.
Yeah, nobody's got like an easy time like I do, where I can kind of like I'm slow. Like, you know what I mean? I was off work. I was going to the gym. Well, now I'm in a parking lot, some random parking lot, sweating. I was rattled.
I don't blame you.
And could you imagine if I only got 3 tickets? I'd have to choose my favorite 2 other family members.
You'd have to give it to the one who replied to your text first. That's what you do.
That's the way to do it. Danielle sends in a text. I was just talking about my stress that I had this week of buying tickets on Ticketmaster and that countdown clock going on there.
Very stressful experience.
But I'm not the only one. Danielle said the worst part was I didn't have a Ticketmaster account, so setting up one during the countdown clock is the worst.
Yeah, because it doesn't give you a lot of time, and it takes time to set up an account.
Yeah, she says here, I just had to do the same thing a few weeks ago, so I was worried I wouldn't be able to win tickets, and like you, only one of the 3 people have paid me. Yes, it's family. They ain't eating at my house until they pay me. I bought tickets this week for a concert that the whole fam was going to, so I had to get 4 tickets. Go through the whole process. And couldn't do it on my phone. I had the same problem. I couldn't get into my account.
Yeah, and if I'm going to buy tickets, I'll always prep the night before, because you have to. I make sure I'm logged in my account. I know my password. I know my credit card codes or whatever.
Yeah. It's if you haven't done it in a while and you got to go online and buy it, like, stressful. My daughter tried to buy Gracie Abrams tickets.
That's a hot ticket too.
Yeah, and so that she was putting extra pressure on me, the show we wanted to go to, because she said she lost out on Gracie Abrams tickets for another show because she was in the same thing, was in the queue and they were gone. Boom. So then I was like, and I knew they wouldn't sell out, but I was like, I don't want to disappoint. So trying to get through there, you're sweating.
Yeah, that queue. They show you how many people are ahead of you. I don't know. What do I need? How does that help me?
And then you get in, and then it's like, do it fast. Pick your spot, because you don't know how much tickets are until you're in. And then you're like, well, what's the budget here? I got to find out where I can buy a ticket.
Yeah, it's all a scheme.
It's getting you, man. I'm getting anxiety.
Because then you're like, well, you get whatever tickets you can because you're already in there. It doesn't matter how much they are.
And if they don't pay up, this could end up being a bad financial decision for Mr. McLeod. I have a feeling this could lead to some very bad financial decisions. DoorDash. We know DoorDash, right?
We know DoorDash.
Like Uber Eats, skip the dishes,
all
that
those
kind of
food
thing.
Delivery.
Yeah.
Know them and love them.
Jump online and you can order something. They show up at your door. Boom. How great is that? Well, they announced yesterday that they have teamed up with the group Klarna. Do you know what Klarna is?
Oh, do I know Klarna?
Yeah.
That's where you pay in installments. I Klarna everything. You can Klarna everything. You can Klarna trips. You can Klarna Ticketmaster.
Let's pump
There's
the brakes
Klarna
here.
and Afterpay are the 2 big ones.
So Klarna is you can defer payments to a convenient time, and or like say you ordered something and it's $200. Would you like to make 4 easy installments of $50 each or whatever?
Yes, then every 2 weeks you pay $25 or whatever.
And it pops up on whenever you're on the checkout. It says, "Would you like to use Klarna?" You see this on all kinds of things. You're buying clothes, whatever you're buying online. Klarna is an option. Now it's going to be an option with DoorDash, which we don't have DoorDash here, but like that idea of being able to Klarna a DoorDash order, like that seems like it's gonna lead to some very bad financial decisions.
It is. I don't like the idea of that because I Klarna a lot, but it's stuff like I upkeep. You know, it's one thing if I'm Klarna an outfit and I'm going to have that outfit forever. But I'm going to Klarna McDonald's, I'm going to eat the McDonald's, and then I'm going to have to be paying for a month and a half for a meal that I ate.
Early morning, 1 a.m., I need a 20-piece McNugget. Like maybe you're coming home from a night out and you're like, oh, I need some McNugs, but it's going to break the bank. So now you Klarna that, and there's obviously a fee to it too. So now
there's a fee, and I already find the food delivery is expensive because they have their own fees, and you have to tip the driver. So you order whatever combo that's normally $15. Somehow it's always like $35. Like it's so expensive to use those
now
apps.
You're Klarnaing it. You're extending the payments. Can you just imagine the financial decisions you're going to make?
The bad decisions.
Yeah.
It might, there's been mornings where I'm like, I should order us breakfast and have it Uber Eats or whatever. But I'm like, it's too expensive. It's not worth it. But now I can defer the payment. 4 easy installments of $19.99.
Tell me that's not like leading to bad decisions. Like, tell me that's not going to lead to some problems down the line. Share your worst financial decisions and why it was Columbia House at 519-354-8684. Do you remember the Columbia House back in the day?
Of course I do. And I was young, so it was all on my parents' dime.
Yeah. Well,
it was like 12 CDs for $0.01 each.
Yeah, and then you're in a contract for life. Okay. Have you got a financial decision? I don't want to hear like anything major. But what was the worst decision you made? Did you buy something you shouldn't have? Talking about your bad financial decisions, I find that my worst ones was when I was a kid. This conversation comes up after DoorDash announced yesterday that they're teaming up with Klarna to offer the ability. So Klarna is the company that allows you to defer payments, and you'll see it a lot of times, like on you're buying clothes or you're buying something online, and like you go to Canadian Tire and you see like a patio set, and it's like, hey, do you want to Klarna this over 4 payments of $200 or whatever it is? But now DoorDash says you can Klarna your chicken nugs from McDonald's or wherever you're getting your DoorDash from. But it's one thing to keep in mind too. You can DoorDash with DoorDash. You could do like groceries. You could do bigger. You're not just getting your fast food fix.
Okay, good point. Yeah.
Okay, so that's an option. But I was saying that I think this is going to lead to a lot of bad financial decisions. If I want to get my hefty bag of tacos from Taco Bell, and now I can Klarna it.
Just Klarna, you'll be eating like a king.
I am afraid of what the world's going to come to if we all start doing that option with Klarna.
Yeah, I use Klarna a lot.
It's dangerous, and it can you start to defer those payments,
and it's kind of annoying because I'll buy something and then 2 months later I get a reminder. They send you reminders like your Klarna payment's coming up. I'm like, oh darn it, this thing's still lingering.
Am I still paying for my chicken McNuggets?
No, literally, it never ends. It goes on forever. It feels like.
So we asked this morning, what's your worst financial decisions? I said Columbia House. Like as a kid, what teenager? Nowadays they don't get it, but back in the day, what was it? $12 and you got 87 different CDs.
It was like a penny
tapes.
for a CD.
Oh man! And then it was like you just financially locked in forever in this stupid contract. You had to change your name, get a death certificate, get out of the whole deal.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Yeah.
I remember I got a scholarship money, probably like $2,000 when I was in college. Scholarship. Got that check, went straight to Shoppers Drug Mart, the beauty department. Makeover. I just got everything.
Are you kidding me?
I got everything, all kinds of makeup.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I lost our texting here. We got a couple texts.
Margaret says, worst financial decision was co-signing a loan for someone I trusted and believed in, and they didn't make any payments.
Oh, that's a dangerous one.
Another text says, I have a coworker who literally spent an entire credit card limit on Skip the Dishes, then had to consolidate the debt because he could not pay the bill. Man, the ridiculous to have Klarna on Skip the Dishes, it says.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it could lead to some bad decisions.
Well, because when you're hungry, you're already making bad decisions.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And
it's not very often I reach for a fast food option when I'm of sound mind.
No,
right?
You're either having a great day or a terrible day.
Yeah. And now I can Klarna it?
I know. I'm not going to be Klarna broccoli. You know what I mean? It's going to be the worst.
Listen online every weekday morning at 94.3 CKSY.com. Weekends on in case you missed it, or tune into the podcast weekdays. Subscribe, rate, review, and tell your friends all about the CK Mornings in case you missed it podcast.